Greetings, seekers after enlightenment. Yes, it's the Irish fella. And I was suffering from a little bit of cabin fever yesterday. It rained most of the day, and late in the afternoon it was a muddy mess, so you had no incentive to go outside. And yes, right now it's a combination of snow and hail, but that's okay. I got on a couple pairs of thermals. I got on my bunny suit. I'm good to go. I was kind of mad. Yesterday, Red Pill on Steroids did his live stream about the collapse. And as usual, he was entertaining and informative. So I was motivated enough to try to do my own live stream. Unfortunately, I forgot about conditions up here at the place of power. It is great for lots of things, but it's not so good for uploading a video. Even my little video that I did today, it's not even 9 minutes long. It took 7 hours to upload. But that is a situation that will resolve itself in time. So I wanted to jump out here and, excuse me, try to return to that state I was in yesterday. I came up with the video title, Strike While the Iron is Hot. Yes, this pandemic is turning the world upside down. But you, as a red pill man of action and wisdom, you have no need to run scared. You have no need to act like Chicken Little, thinking that the sky is falling. No. Us red pill men see this as an opportunity. Especially me, getting into hardcore monk mode. I see people commenting here and there, and they're having a really hard time. And I've walked through the little development here. It's not at all a pretty day, so I don't expect to see many people outside, but I sure wanted to get outside. But you pass by the houses, you see zero signs of life. And it looks like people are taking the isolation deal seriously. And especially if you're an old timer like me, I can't blame you. Because it certainly appears that this manufactured disease is designed to take out the sick and the old. Now, you know our government has an incentive to see this happen, because they've already stolen our Social Security money, and now they're making up excuses. Why? This is a benefit. You didn't earn this. Or, we're going to tax your Social Security. It's like, well, contributing to Social Security wasn't even voluntary. And now you're going to steal what little bit you're going to give back to me of my money? You need to F off and go away with that bullshit. Now, as for me, I would be happy if they just gave me back the money they've taken from me over the last 45 years with a slight bit for interest and give it back to me and say, we're even. Okay, that's fine. But we know the system as it is unsustainable. We also know that the leftists who follow Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals as their Bible, that one of their tenets is to overload the system and force it to collapse, to hasten a violent revolution. Well, this chaos may be part of what they want, but I think that because it's a slow decline, we still have time to get our shit together. And just like Red Pill on Steroids has done, take the limited funds you have and invest it in yourself, in your property, in making sure you can sustain yourself in these perilous times. I know I am seriously considering making a trip to town because I have a trailer that I have to register. And I still have stuff down in the city that I have to bring up here. So I might just slip out of the house, run down, get the trailer, and come back. Just so I can get a little windshield time. Of course, I should be counting my blessings that I'm out here in the middle of nowhere where I can enjoy myself. In fact, let me stop for a moment and do a little pan and let you take a look around. Now you might be saying I'm speaking at cross purposes here when I say we're a red pill men of action, and then I say now is the time for inaction. Yes, you know, unfortunately with government intervention, this social distancing and shutdown of non-essential services, it's going to continue for at least another month. Now, during this month, we'll see if the cases spike and begin to decline. If it does during this month, then I'd say we will be pretty much back on track by the end of the year. But if things keep going, and we can't really tell either way, that's when things are going to get rough. People aren't really feeling the pain yet. I mean, I'm not trying to minimize those of you who are struggling having to pay the rent because you lost your job. I know exactly what you mean. I had to tap into the little bit of savings that I had just so I could pay the rent for this month. And trying to get my cash flow going, you know, bureaucracy is never in a hurry because they always get paid. I'm still waiting for the gears to move so my Social Security and minuscule company pension will get started. But in the meantime, being a man who is comfortable living in simplicity, it does not bother me to be broke. I've been broke more than once and worried incessantly because I had a family to support. Now it's just me. I don't have any parasitic leech with an XX chromosome demanding that I spend money or go places when we don't need to be doing none of that shit. I don't have somebody yammering in my ear saying, I'm bored, I need something to do. Well, bitch, why don't you go in there and learn how to boil some water without burning it this time? It's one of the things that makes me point and laugh. All these women who made a point of saying every man is toxic. Well, now you need us. You're looking around. There ain't a raggedy motherfucker in sight, is there? Yeah, you broke it off in your own ass. And I have zero sympathy for you. And I'm serious as a heart attack when I say this. I don't care how good you look. I don't care if you're going to sleep with me, wake me up and have sex with me 4 times a night, every night. No, I don't care. Because I know you raggedy bitches will turn on a dime, and the next thing I know, I'm in jail and you're in my house. So, yeah, that shit is not gonna happen. You strong, independent women, you know, you're doing all this screeching about how you don't need no man. And you got pretenders backing you up saying, oh yeah, you can do it, and wearing high heels. All right, bitch. Put your 6-inch stripper heels on and go plow that field. If we don't plow in the spring, we're not going to eat in the fall. How about that shit? Well, what? What do you mean call up Uber Eats? There ain't no Uber Eats anymore, bitch. There is just what we produce with our own hands. See? This is the kind of reality us red pill men are looking at. And the women, they're not looking at that. They are still looking for their next fix of attention, of drama, of strife. They're looking for another way to fulfill and expand their narcissism. Well, bitch, you ain't doing it with me. And I know the haters are going to jump on there. Oh, see, listen to that. Listen to the tone of his voice. Listen to his attitude. He hates women because he's a bitter incel. He can't get laid. He has no rap, no game, and his dick is the size of a cocktail weenie. That's why he's so bitter and angry. Yeah, fuck off and go away. You know, I am not worried about sex anymore. And sure, I get horny. But you know what? I'm not ashamed to say I'll spank it like a monkey on vacation to porn. And I'm saving, well, when I get my cash flow going, I'm saving my money for a waifu. And that will satisfy my physical need for intimacy, which is basically all I need now. Because seeking emotional support from a woman is an absolute fool's game. You see, where other people are suffering, I am thriving. Isolation does not bother me. Being broke does not bother me. Yep. Being sick doesn't bother me. In fact, I've recovered from my illness. I mean, I didn't have the virus. I just had a chest cold. But it is gone. Since I moved up here, my lungs have cleared up. I'm not coughing near as much as I used to, unless I toke too hard. And now I'm in the middle of a 4-mile walk just to check the mail, just because I can. Now, how many of you women are going to make that long walk to the mailbox right alongside me? Huh? You know, got to stay in shape. I guess if you really wanted to stay in shape, you could go carry that load of clothes to the river and wash them on a rock, because there's no electricity no more, you know? I mean, the solar cells are just for lights. We don't have enough electricity to run that washing machine no more. You know, that women never think long term. Now me, I have zero problem. And I've done it before. Taking a bath, or either throwing my clothes in the tub and doing a flamenco on them like an Italian woman making wine. And I tell you, it's a real test of strength to wring the water out of your jeans by hand. But I've done it, and I will do it again. But ask some woman if they're willing to wash their clothes by hand. But we have this $1,000 washing machine. Yeah, well, now that the collapse is here, that's a $1,000 paperweight. You better learn to adapt. You know, high technology is great, but this pandemic has demonstrated to everyone how fragile our technological lifeline is. You consider the practice that they started doing years ago called just-in-time inventory. You figure, in principle, it's a great idea. Okay, we've got this 1,000,000 square foot warehouse where we're storing all the widgets that we use to make our product. And man, we got to pay for the building, you know, maintenance, you got employees, you got equipment, insurance. Well, we'll just flip the script on this shit. Let's say, okay, Monday we're scheduled to make 100 widgets. Okay, well, my supplier sends a truck and he's got 100 of these parts I need to make the widget. Okay, the truck rolls out right into the production line. Man, look at all the time and money we saved. Now, of course, most people didn't say, oh, you know, we're saving money so, you know, we can pay our employees more. Oh, no. The money we saved goes right into the CEO's pocket. But that's another story. But the thing I want to emphasize is when you string together a bunch of events that have to happen in a perfect sequence or there's a disruption, it is an unstable system. I remember seeing news articles every now and then about there was some disruption due to a natural disaster, and suddenly car plants were shutting down because they didn't have parts, and employees were pissed because they were suddenly forced to take a 2-week vacation. And like most things, it just slipped by because most people weren't paying attention. But you bet your ass they're paying attention now. You consider, you know, rail is pretty energy efficient transportation, but it is large scale. And even though it takes 5 regular semis, up to 5, to carry the same capacity as one railroad flat car, trucks are essential to reach these small places where there is no rail. And you consider what they have to go through. They've got to be scheduled. They've got to have fuel. They've got to have maintenance. And all of this is more stuff balanced. It's like the Jenga game. You know, everything's set up. It looks perfect. But, oh, there's a hurricane. Plink, knock one out. Oh my gosh, the refinery blew up. Oh, let's take out 3 or 4. Or, wow, this whole factory of workers is sick, and now there are no supplies to put on the trucks. Yeah. It's like people do not realize how fragile our technological balance is. And I believe they're finding out. But the fact that we may be close to a soft technological collapse does not scare me, because I'm used to improvising, adapting, and overcoming. I'm used to working with inadequate tools, parts, and information, and still making it work. How many of you women can do that? Unless it's trying to apply another layer of makeup. So I say, brothers, do not give in to fear, worry, or anxiety. As a red pill man of action and wisdom, you are already taking advantage of this situation to improve yourself. And if you feel so inclined, improve the situation of those around you. Now, I am not worried, and especially since this has done so much to expose female nature on a large scale. There are going to be a lot more red pill men in embryo. Right now, they're probably saying things like, man, you know, I've been hearing about this big town red pill stuff, and just what the hell is it? So let us do our best to spread the word about red pill truth while we have a chance. Now is the time to speak up, because the time may come when we will not be able to speak at all. So take advantage of this opportunity. Improve yourself, refine your message, and spread the word. MGTOW for life. Peace out.